Welcome to the Top One Podcast. It's your boy, R Sizzle. We have a great show for you guys today. Big Ben Roethlisberger, that's right, Super Bowl winning quarterback, will join us in the studio later today. We have R sees the news. We talk about some of the news situations going on. Also, I give you guys the Prophet Predicts It, where I predict where some of the free agents are going to go this year in the off season or whatever. It's a great show we have for you today, and we're going to get it started with R sees the news. Let's go. Alright, first things first, let's talk about this whole Parrish Cox and Demaryius Thomas situation. The story goes, Demaryius Thomas and his girlfriend was with Parrish Cox and his girlfriend at a club in Denver. They went back to Parrish Cox's apartment, and apparently Demaryius Thomas and his girlfriend were getting down and dirty, kissing on an air mattress. What kind of ghetto shit? You're an NFL player and you can't even have a fucking mattress for your boy. It has to be an air mattress on the ground. Like, that's just ghetto as fuck, Parrish Cox. Come on, man. So anyway, Demaryius Thomas and his girlfriend are kissing on an air mattress. Homegirl passes out, and Demaryius Thomas thinks, alright, so I guess I'm going to leave now. So Parrish Cox apparently comes out and rapes the chick. This is the first story I heard. The other story I hear is that Parrish Cox goes to Demaryius Thomas after the girl passes out and says, I think she's ready to be raped or something like that. And Demaryius Thomas goes, nah, man, nah, she ain't ready. Hell yeah! Shut the fuck up, Ben. You're not ready yet. It's not time for you yet. Sorry, guys, that was Ben Roethlisberger. He'll be joining us later, but anyway. I don't understand this story. This just sounds like a whole bunch of just foolery. Apparently, Demaryius Thomas is letting his teammates rape his girlfriend. What kind of shit is that? Like, what kind of nigga does that? I mean, this whole entire story just sounds just unbelievable to me. And I used to follow Parrish Cox. I was an Oklahoma State fan, and he always seemed like a good, solid player with not a lot of character issues, but this is just out of control to listen to hear. I don't think we're getting the entire story. I think this was a setup the entire time. I think Demaryius Thomas was dating this girl. I don't know. Maybe she was a gold digger. Maybe she was just a side chick or something, and he didn't really care about her. I think he's an accomplice in the whole situation. I think he knew what was going on. He's not letting off everything that he knows in his testimony or whatever. I think he shares some blame in this whole rape case. And apparently the girl's pregnant. So Parrish Cox doesn't even know how to rape right. He pregnated the bitch, so I don't know. Alright, this next bit that I want to get into, it concerns Robert Grifin III and Andrew Luck. It was a topic on the NFL board. I was going to comment on it, but I felt I'd leave it for the podcast because I have a lot to say about this. It was basically the topic about the racial undertones with Cam Newton and Cam Newton. Fuck, they're all the same. RG3 and Andrew Luck. Basically talking about how Andrew Luck is safe, which translation means he's white, and Robert Grifin III is black. He is black, but he's risky, which translation means he's black, which he is. Listen, I'm black. I'm part black. So, listen, you guys might not expect what I'm going to say, but I believe it, alright? And you can call me racist, you can call me whatever you want, I don't give a fuck. But let's just say what everyone wants to say but can't say because they don't want to sound politically incorrect. Robert Grifin III is risky because he's black. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. It's not racist. It's just maybe saying it is racist. I don't know. I don't know who you talk, but that's just what it is. Because in the past, we have not seen a lot of successful black quarterbacks, and there goes that word successful again. But that's just the fucking way it is. I mean, it's not racist to say the truth. Like, I would be skeptical of drafting a Mexican quarterback because of how Mark Sanchez plays. Is it racist? Maybe, but that's just the fucking way it is. I don't get offended by it. Because I see the same thing. I'm not blind. I saw Jamarcus Russell play. I didn't see Achilles Smith play, but I would have probably killed myself. But that's just the way it is. It's not a racist thing to say. I thought Cam Newton last year was going to bust, and he played solid. I still think he's not as good as people think he is. I think he had a solid year, but I think he'll come down to earth. I don't think he's ever going to be Peyton Manning type good. I don't think he's ever going to be like, Drew Brees. I think he's going to be solid to above average like Mike Vick. And yeah, I'm comparing him to a black quarterback, but that's just the nature of the world we live in. I'm sorry. It's just racism was only 50 years ago, so let's not think this is a whole new world we're living in right now. People are still going to be skeptical of drafting black quarterbacks high because of the history we have with black quarterbacks, especially recently. It's just the way it is. It's not racist. It's the truth. Andrew Luck looks like he's going to be the better player, but he can also bust. That's not to say that white quarterbacks don't bust either, because, Blaine Gabbert last year and, of course, Ryan Leaf. It's just the way it is. It's less risk to take Andrew Luck over Robert Griffin III. Why? Because less white quarterbacks have busted than black quarterbacks. That's just the way it is. It's the same thing as if a white wide receiver was coming out and he was touted as the best, wide receiver in ever, and then there was another black wide receiver that was right there that was, almost as good as him. People would be saying the white receiver was risky than taking the fucking black receiver, It's just the nature of the NFL, of the fucking world we live in. Black people are considered more athletic, and white players are considered more smart, I guess. Is it true? Who knows? Give me a study that shows either or, but if we're not going to go by studies or facts, we need to go by history, and history says, Andrew Luck is going to be the better quarterback. We'll see how that goes. It's not racist. Yes, there are undertones, but it should be made a big deal, and that's how I see it. And last but not least, apparently a report came out that Chad Henne is the next best quarterback in the free agency market after Peyton Manning. Oh my God, Chad fucking Henne. It just boggles my mind how the rest of these teams just run their team. That Chad fucking Henne is apparently the most touted free agent quarterback after fucking the best quarterback of all time, Peyton Manning. Listen, I'm a fan of the Giants, and I'm a fan of a good organization, and it just confuses me how the rest of these teams, I'm not speaking about all teams, but just the other teams that would think that Chad fucking Henne is going to be a franchise quarterback. That's all I really had to say about that. It's just, Chad Henne is terrible. Just terrible. He couldn't cut it for the Dolphins, and it's the Dolphins. The Dolphins haven't had a good quarterback since Marino, and he couldn't cut it for the Dolphins, and you think he's going to cut it for your team? No, just stop. Just let him just go to UFL. I'm just a fan of football, and just see bad moves, it just pains my heart and soul, and that's all I'm going to say about that. We're just going to move on to the next segment. It's called The Prophet Predicts It, and let's get into that. I can't. Chad fucking Henne? Chad Henne? Really? So on this edition of How The Prophet Predicts It, I'm going to predict where some of the bigger free agents are going to go this offseason. I've been pretty good in predicting a couple of things the last couple of years. Every year I predicted the Cowboys are going to be bad, and I'm right. Last year I predicted that Eli Manning would prove to everyone that he is more successful than Aaron Rodgers, and he proved it by winning a Super Bowl. I predicted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would be just god-awful this year, and they were a fluke last year. I was right. So you better pay attention to these picks, because I'm most likely going to be right. Yeah. So Mario Williams, I have him staying with the Texans, but I feel like if they don't keep him, I feel he might be going to the Titans. So Mario Williams to the Titans, to the Giants Alliance. The Giants Alliance, that's my Tennessee accent. Brent Grimes, he's going to stay with the Falcons. John Abraham's old ass is made of dust, and he wants $12 million a year. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think he'll get half of that with the New England Patriots. Carl Nix, I feel like he's also going to the Patriots. I feel the Patriots will try to make a big splash in free agency and shore up that offensive line. So Carl Nicks to the Patriots. Cortland Finnegan, that thug ass motherfucker, or sorry, Cortland Innigan, because Andre Johnson beat the F out of that nigga. I think he's gonna go to Dallas because that's a Dallas ass move. But I feel like the wild card is Tampa. He might also go to Tampa. Vincent Jackson. It's either Chicago or San Francisco. I'm leaning towards more of San Francisco because I feel like he'll want to stay in California. I feel like both teams will be in the running, but I feel like he'll go to the 49ers. And Jacksonville, that's also a wild card. I feel like Jacksonville will throw the most money. It depends on if Vincent Jackson wants to be on a bad team for the rest of his career. Robert Mathis, I have him either Chicago, Minnesota, or Atlanta. I'd probably go Atlanta, most likely because they need a pass rusher because Ray Edwards is a bust and he's a fag. Sorry. Chris Myers, he's irrelevant, so he'll go to the Packers because they like irrelevant free agents. Cliff Averill, I have him staying with Detroit. Brandon Carr, I have him going to the Browns, not the Cowboys, the Browns. I think the Browns will throw more money at him, and he'll be willing. He'll want to stay in the AFC. And finally, Matt Flynn. I think Miami is locked up with Matt Flynn, but I do think that's where Peyton's gonna go. So, if I was to choose a team, I'd probably go with the Seahawks. But I think right now it's like 60-40 or 50-55-45 with the Seahawks in Miami. So those are the top free agents and where I think they're gonna go. We don't. This is pre-draft. It's not like last year was post-draft. So I think it's more easier to predict this year than it was last year. So hopefully we'll see where that goes. Alright, and it's time for our special guest in studio. Give it up for Mr. Ben Roethlisberger. Thank you for joining us on the Top One Podcast. Ben, how are you?
I'm horny as hell. I'm hungry and I'm horny. Where the hell are the bitches? Where the hell is everything? Where the bitches at? What kind of show is this?
Ben, this is a radio show. I don't think there's any bitches.
There's always bitches when Ben's around. Always. Where the food at? I'm hungry. Willie, he ain't got no food.
Did you really have to bring your offensive line to a radio interview?
Hell yeah. There's always bitches where Ben's around. And when there's bitches, I need my linemen to take care of those bitches for me.
All right, Ben. Are you hungry? I mean, what are you in the mood to eat?
I'm in the mood to eat vagina. Lots and lots of vagina. You got vagina?
No, we don't, Ben.
Alright, then fuck it. I'll just eat some Chinese food. I need some Chinese food.
We actually have a couple menus here. You wanna order something?
Hell yeah, I wanna order something. Give me that damn menu. Give me that damn menu, Willie.
All right, relax. Here you go.
Alright, where your cell phone at? Thank you. Alright, let's go.
Hello, kitchen guy?
Hello?
Yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, do you guys deliver?
Yeah, we do. Can you hold on 1 second, please? Okay?
Oh, I can't hold. Hello?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
I can't.
Okay, the people call first before you, okay?
Okay, but I'm Ben Roethlisberger.
Say it again?
I'm Ben Roethlisberger.
Say it again?
Motherfucker, I'm Ben Roethlisberger. Hello? This fool put me on hold. I'm Ben Roethlisberger. This crazy, man. I will rape your daughter. Oh, this some bullshit.
Hello, over 5?
Yeah, I just called the other Chinese restaurant and they hung up on me because they put me on hold. Now I didn't want to be on hold. You guys deliver? Hello?
Yeah.
You guys deliver?
What's your address, sir?
I'm sorry?
What's your address?
Well, you don't know what I want yet.
I asked you what's your address.
But you don't know what I want yet. How you know I want food? You don't even know what I want yet.
Crazy, sir. Fuck you, okay?
Are you serious? I'm Ben Roethlisberger. I will kill you. Hello? What is going on with these Pittsburgh Chinese restaurants? They don't know who I am. I'm Ben Roethlisberger. Willie, come, Willie, you hear this? Oh, somebody call Mike Tomlin. Somebody call Omar Epps right now. Oh, hell no.
Good job, Ben. All she wanted was your address.
She knows I can't get my address. She knows I'm married now. I can't have no woman in my house.
Ben, I don't think she wanted to fuck you.
Of course not. No one ever wants to fuck Big Ben. Why do you think I rape? Come on. What kind of show is this?
Alright, we'll be right back. This is just ridiculous.
Everyone's a winner, we're making our fame. Bonafide hustler, making my name. All I wanna do is take your money. All I wanna do is take your money. All I wanna do is
Alright, that was a little bit of MIA. I didn't know who the fuck the bitch was until she did the entire Super Bowl thing. So I YouTubed her and I listened to the song, the Planes thing, and it's the worst song I ever heard in my life. But I'll be damned if that damn chorus is not catchy as hell. And Majin Slum Guy requested it, so I played it. Anyway, it's time for our favorite segment. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna talk to Azure, and it's a segment called "What Pissed Off Azure This Week." And take it away, Azure. God, you know I hate that too, Azure, but your audio seems kind of choppy. You're right. Oh, I'm sorry. My mom was changing my diaper. Your mom is still alive, Azure? Yes, she's 146 years old. God bless her soul. Thank you, Azure. Well, that was Azure on the matter. This is a special day because we're gonna give out a brand new award, and it's called the Ass Award. That's right, it's called the Ass Award. I'm not big into memes and shit. I think that ass is a pretty funny meme. It was kind of old, but I couldn't think of a better name to name this award for this poster that's going to receive it. The winner of that Ass Award is no one special, because his posts are just so ass backwards. He comes off looking like such an asshole. He's such an ass clown. Everything about him is just ass, and he just deserves this award. His whole entire shtick this week, I don't even remember what it was about. It was at the beginning of the week, but he wins this award. He is the first annual Ass Award winner for being the biggest ass on the NFL board. Congratulations. And the actual award for NFLB User of the Week goes to Dark Logan. He doesn't really come to the NFL board that much, but Dark Logan has always had my back. That's my boy. I appreciate his support of the RC. I don't know if it's genuine or not, but motherfucker, I'll take it. And I want to give him a shout out. I never gave him a shout out before, but Dark Logan, you are the NFL board User of the Week. Now, come get your crown, nooka. That's all the time that we have for today, but before I let you guys go, let's talk about the things that we learned today. We learned that the Broncos are full of thugs and rapists, and only Tebow can save that organization. We learned that Robert Grifin III is indeed black. We also learned that the Cowboys will stay the Cowboys, and they will always be the Cowboys, picking up bad free agents and all that. We learned that Big Ben Roethlisberger cannot excite the Asian women, but then again, who can? I mean, they don't even like to be pleasured, if you understand where I'm going with this. Anyway, we also learned that if you're a mother of a Redskins fan, as lovable and nice as Azure, you will live to be 146 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, or just gentlemen, that was Top 1 Podcast. We hope to see you next week, and hopefully I find a day that I can stick with, but it's looking like I'm just going to have random days I post these. So, that's it. I'll see you later, bitches. Peace.